flow, fund flow in detail again, along with the part of the banking companies. Okay. So basically, it's going to be a mix of two chapters of our book, Module B. Okay, so let's begin with it. Here comes the first question, everyone. Among the following, which one is not a fund flow of the firm? Depreciation, dividends, interest payments, and taxes. Okay. When we talk about dividends, it's an outflow. You know, they're giving dividends, or maybe we'll be receiving dividends. Interest payments, it's an outflow. Taxes, it's an outflow. So these things are sorted. That there is a flow of money. It may be today, it may be tomorrow, but the flow of at least the fund is there. But in terms of depreciation, do we give it to anybody? I just bought this particular digital pen tab for the classes there. Now its value is declining because every single day new things are coming up. Am I paying the depreciation of it to anybody? I'm using it every day. I'm earning through it. But am I giving it to anybody else? No, I'm not giving it to anybody else. So can I say this would be the depreciation for me would be a non-cash expense? Though it's an operating expense, it is used in the business, but then it's going to be a non-operating or non-cash. It's going to be non-cash because there is no movement of cash. Okay, so correct is no, the depreciation. In both cash flow and fund flow, we do not include the area of depreciation at all. Share premium, share forfeited, profit and loss account, balance of profit are examples of current assets, permanent liabilities, fixed assets, current liabilities. अच्छा, share premium मतलब if I talk about shares, if I buy shares from you, I've bought shares from you, and if I've bought shares from you, then acha nahi, I'm issuing shares to you. I'm issuing shares, the face value of those shares is 10 rupees and the share of 10 rupees is given for 12 rupees. This is share premium. Share forfeited means the person said that I cannot pay you anymore, or he doesn't respond at all, and the remaining amount is not given to by him, and then whatever he has given, we keep it with us. Then profit and loss account, it talks about the profit or loss the organization would have got in terms of surplus and everything they have kept with them. Balance of the profit there. These are what? These all things are a part of current assets, permanent liabilities, fixed assets, or current liabilities. Remember, these things are going to be there in the organization. They're a part of share capital. And share capital is the soul of the organization. That's the fact about it. It's the soul of the organization. So in this case, the correct answer is permanent liabilities. Next point, which of the following statements is correct? A decrease in current liability during the year results in increase in working capital. Only the cash expense are added to net profit. To find out the funds from operations, conversion of debentures into equity shares appear in the fund flow, or collection of debtors is a source of funds. Achha. Which one's correct, everyone? Matlab, okay, everyone, there is one point which I could see directly. Rest everything just becomes confusing. The last point says the collection of debtors is a source of funds. I get money from them, isn't it? Debtor is whom? Debtor is the person from whom I am going to get money. The moment I get money, the fund is received, he is free from being my debtor. In this case, this one is the only thing that would be correct. No, this would be correct too. A debtor collection of debtor is a source of funds. It is a source of funds. A decrease in current liability during the year results in increase in working capital. This is also true. See, the point is CA minus CL. No, I got the point why this is not included. Let me tell you. The correct answer would be A only. CA minus CL is equal to working capital. If this falls, automatically your working capital will rise because this is a negative term and this is a positive term. So they will have an inverse relationship. That's sorted. Collection of debtors is a source of funds. In this case, I receive cash from a debtor. In this case, both are current assets. So if there is a movement from one current asset to no current asset, this results in no flow. If one thing is current, be it current asset or a current liability, and one thing is non-current. That is non-current asset and non-current liability. Okay. Okay. I hope it's visible right now. So it's going to be non-current asset or non-current liability. The rule of fund flow clearly says, the correct answer is A only. The rule of fund flow says that if you have a current asset and current liability, non-current asset and non-current liability. In this case, if one current asset and one current liability, for example, I paid my creditor, so I'm paying in cash, so my creditor is gone and the cash is gone. When the transaction relates to this is working capital, everyone. The capital which is required by the firm for the daily day-to-day working, day-to-day operations of the organization. This is what is required. So this is CA and CL, and that is called working capital. Once we know about the working capital, then there are something, the assets which are used for more than 1 year are called non-current assets. And when we are purchasing, for example, I purchased an asset and I paid in cash. This is fund flow. One thing is current and one thing is non-current. Okay? And one thing that can happen is I paid off a loan, term loan. This is also fund flow. If I got an asset and I gave, I bought a machinery and I paid in shares. This is also fund flow. So can you see, one thing should be current and one thing should be non-current. If one non-current thing and a current thing is involved, it will always turn out to be something which is called fund flow. Here, if these two are happening, everyone marking it again. If the working capital, this part CA converted into a CL and non-current asset converted into a non-current liability. When such a thing is happening, these two and these two, they are not a part of fund flow. If one thing is non and one is current only and only, then we will consider it as current. Okay, here comes the next question. A company reported current year profit as 70,000. After the following adjustment, loss on sale of asset is 9,000. Premium on debenture is 1,500. Tax provision is there. Dividend income is there. Profit on valuation of asset is there. And the amount of fund from operations will be. They're looking forward to the fund flow, cash flow. Sorry, we are looking at the fund flow from operations. Huh? So this is fund flow from operations. No. When we are talking about operations, this will go into the area of, this is a question of cash flow, everyone. In fund flow, you have only two statements. Achha. Let me just tell you how to actually differentiate between the two. In fund flow, you will have working capital statement, which is CA and CL, while the cash flow is current. After this, they prepare sources and application of fund. They prepare two accounts. Okay? Source and application of funds, and one is working capital statement. Statement of changes in working capital is the exact name for that. While in terms of cash flow statement, they divide the entire portion into three activities: operating, investing, and financing. Okay? Done? Done, everyone? So in this case, when we are looking at the things, this is a question of cash flow, not fund flow. If we have a loss on sale of equipment, this has to be eliminated because this is not a part of the cash flow. It has to be removed. Only the receipts and payments are taken, that too in investing activity. While we are finding out things as per operating, whatever is my hardcore business. Premium on redemption is something that we pay. So this would have been a minus. So I'll be cancelling it by adding it. Tax provision, this is as such allowed, but first of all, we add it back. Because I said, pata hai, I have to pay 10,000. The actual amount is important. The provision is not. So whatever the provision is, we'll be adding it back. Dividend income. We have received an income, but the point is this income is relating to the investments, not my business. Till the time the question didn't say that this is my hardcore work that I do the trading part, then the story would have been different. So this is a minus. Profit on revaluation of fixed assets. This is something, the profit is not received. I have this pen. Today I'm just talking to you and say, this is pen worth rupees 2,000. Tomorrow I say this is rupees 3,000. There is no money incoming to me. There is no money going out of my account. So in this case, this has to be eliminated. So you'll have to add 1, 2, and 3, and you have to deduct these two. This will give you the answer. The answer would be 70,000 plus 9,000 plus 1,500 plus 22,000 minus 4,000 and minus 2,500. It comes out to be 96,000. The correct answer is 96,000. Done, everyone? This is a question from the area of cash flow, and that too a practical question. Which of the following statement is not true? Fund flow statement is also known as a statement of sources and application of funds. It is called that. So this is true. Fund is equal to current assets minus current liabilities. No, that is working capital. There is an inverse relationship between current assets and working capital. No, there is a direct relationship between the two. Fund flow statement is prepared on accrual basis. That is also true. So in this case, I can see two things. As such, we can still go for B because up to an extent, working capital is a part of fund. Okay. So the point that would be wrong is which is not true. Which this has to be which is true. This one is true. There is an inverse relationship between current assets and working capital. This is wrong. This is completely wrong. The answer is C, not D, everyone. Let me correct there. The correct answer is D. Let me just correct it for you. There is a direct relationship between current assets and current working capital. Okay? Because what happens is, let me tell you how it works. If I say my current assets are of rupees 10,000, my current liabilities are of 5,000 rupees, and now it turns out to be 5,000 rupees. If my current assets will increase to 12,000 minus 5,000, as soon as my current assets are increasing, my working capital or my fund is also increasing. So CA minus CL increases if this working capital increases when current assets are increasing. So in this area, the concept is completely falling apart. Okay, there's an inverse relationship between current assets and working capital. This is wrong. Current liabilities and working capital would have been fine. That is true. Next point, which of the following results in decrease in working capital? Goods sold on credit, decrease in current liabilities, decrease in current assets, or increase in current assets. Obviously, when we look at increase in current assets, will always increase in current in working capital. The relationship between working capital and current assets is a positive one. So in this case, if the current assets are falling, the working capital will also fall. So the correct answer comes out to be decrease in current assets. Done, everyone? Next point. While calculating the cash flow from operating activities which is added to net profit, increase in stock, decrease in stock, increase in debtors, or decrease in creditors. Which calculating cash flow from operating activities, which is while calculating आएगा यहाँ पर ना, ठीक है? This is going to be while calculating. While calculating the cash flow statement which is added to NP. NP, अच्छा everyone, Both cash flow and fund flow have one thing in common. They also connect the area of working capital. See, if I buy a current asset, if I buy, I lose money. So increase in CL is increase in CA is basically a outflow of cash. An outflow of cash will be negative. So one thing is sorted. Okay. What then they are asking what is added? If I sell an asset, everyone, that will give me money now. So if there is a fall in CA, decrease in stock, I can say there is a sale. Increase in debtors means I've given more money to someone. Decrease in creditors means I've paid to them. What is it that will increase my net profit? The net profit is basically if we are decreasing the stock. More and more stock is sold, our profit is increasing. More and more money is coming into our hands. And inflow in cash flow statement is always a plus. And outflow in cash flow statement is always a minus. Done, everyone? Depreciation is added back to the net profit while calculating cash flow from operating activities. Depreciation is a non-cash expense. It is reduced to net profit. There is no cash flow. Both assertion and reasoning are true. Reasoning is correct or explanation is assertion is correct. Just focus upon this part. I think let's put at D nota. None of the above. Depreciation is added back to NP while calculating the cash flow. That is true because it's a non-cash expense. But depreciation is a non-cash expense. It had reduced the net profit while there is no cash flow. So I think I'll go for both the correct points. No, the answer is C only. C भी नहीं होगा इसका. That is depreciation is a non-cash expense. It had reduced the net profit while there is no cash flow. This is also true. Whatever your net profit was, this was after depreciation. So it had reduced the value of net profit. While cash net profit is already there na, so we add it back. So I think both of these are correct. So let me just correct the question there for you. चलिए. Then the last point is the so in this case the correct answer is going to be A. ठीक है? The correct answer is A. Both are correct. Net profit adds back the area of depreciation because it's a non-cash expense. ठीक है ना? Okay, everyone. Before we proceed further, I hope you know that our classes for JIB is going on. If you're looking forward to it, do you know we have come up with our prime test pack as well? And if you haven't seen that, now this is high time that you should look forward to your testing area as well. Let me go and show you there. Where to go exactly? Go on to the website, that is www.adda247.com. In this area, you just have to go on to the area of JIB and CIB. Click on the area of JIB and CIB. Okay. As soon as you open the JIB and CIB, click on the area of JIIB, and this is where you will find the entire details. All the classes which are going on, the Mahapack, the batches, both English medium and bilingual are given there. You can use the code PREP77 to purchase it. Okay. Along with this, can you see we have come up with a JIB Prime test pack as well. The test pack is also available. So if you're looking forward to it, then you can look forward to this particular test pack. For this, you have to pay you have to pay 398.65, or the second pack that is available is 1273.3. So if you're looking forward to it, all you need to do is you have to use the code PREP15. If I talk about this particular test pack, the difference between the two arises because we have got around 52 tests here. Okay? This is a complete online test series which is available for you. And this one is validity is for hardly 2 months. This one would end in 2 months. It would continue further. That is why the difference is there. So if you're looking forward to it, then kindly use the code PREP15 and purchase it as early as possible. So I'll be meeting you in